During a conversation, Gwen Stefani stated that she had shed tears because of something that her husband, Blake Shelton, had done. To answer your question, what exactly took place in this circumstance, and why was Gwen crying over it? Both Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani have had highs and lows in their careers. Anyone who has been following the marriage of Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton over the past few years is aware that these two are a common topic of discussion when it comes to the topic of splits. Many people continue to have the belief that these two are too dissimilar to make things work over the course of a long period of time. These two have been in the tabloids for the majority of the year 2024, and the majority of the coverage has been negative. Some of the conversations that have taken place have focused on the amount of time that they spend apart and how difficult it is for them to find quality time to spend together due to the fact that their schedules are both quite busy. However, they have successfully overcome each of these obstacles as they have appeared in their path. When it comes to Blake, why is Gwen crying? There was a song that Gwen Stefani released in the year 2021 that was titled, "Let Me Reintroduce Myself." The moment she made it available to the public, she did not have really high hopes for it in terms of how high it may potentially chart. Gwen did not have particularly high hopes for this tune, despite the fact that when you are an artist, each new song is an equivalent to a new baby. As a result, Gwen Stefani immediately began crying when Blake Shelton informed her that her song was now peaking on iTunes. When Gwen Stefani was asked about that particular moment, she responded, "I burst out crying with joy because it was like, whoa, really? I believe that I would have prepared myself to be pretty realistic about where I am at this point. What kind of extreme measures are Blake and Gwen taking in order to preserve the spark?" According to the most recent information that Gwen Stefani has provided, she is still working on new music, and an insider has stated that both Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton are doing everything in their power to maintain the spark that they have between them in their marriage. As for Blake, he is attempting to get back into shape by reducing the amount of carbohydrates he consumes. Gwen, on the other hand, is undergoing a number of different cosmetic operations in an attempt to preserve her youthful appearance. Because of the fact that she is in the public eye, she is subjected to a great deal of pressure to exhibit a particular image. Recent statements made by an insider include the following. Word is, Gwen got some tweaking done to her face, Botox, fillers, lasers, and possibly microneedling to tighten her neck. In addition, she has other items on her maintenance list. She has a pretty feeling about it. She needs to be able to stay up with the competition because there is a lot of stuff out there. She believes that she is performing these nip tucks in order to gratify her followers, but she also believes that it ignites a sexy fire within Blake, to the point where he is unable to take his hands off of her. Gwen Stefani, the iconic singer, fashion mogul, and reality TV star, has always had a larger-than-life persona. Whether it's her distinct voice, boundary-pushing fashion choices, or infectious charisma, Stefani has captivated audiences for decades. However, behind her bright smile and trend-setting image lies a woman who, like many, experiences deep emotions, especially when it comes to her personal life. Recently, Stefani's emotional reaction to her husband Blake Shelton left fans curious and concerned. What happened to make Gwen Stefani burst into tears over Blake Shelton? In this article, we'll explore the events that led to Stefani's emotional outburst, delve into the relationship between the two stars, and examine the complex dynamics of their love story that continue to captivate the world. The making of a power couple, Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton's relationship has been the subject of public fascination ever since they began dating in 2015. The couple met on the set of The Voice, where both were coaches. At the time, both had recently gone through highly publicized divorces, Stefani from Bush frontman Gavin Rossdale and Shelton from country music star Miranda Lambert. It seemed like a classic case of two heartbroken people finding comfort in one another, but what followed was far more than just a reboned romance. Their chemistry on screen was undeniable, and what started as a friendship quickly blossomed into a full-fledged romance. Fans watched the couple go from being supportive colleagues to affectionate lovers, And before long, Stefani and Shelton became the ultimate power couple in the entertainment world. Their union transcended music, with Shelton often joining Stefani on stage during live performances, and Stefani making frequent appearances at Shelton's concerts. It wasn't long before the two became an inseparable part of each other's lives, both professionally and personally. In 2020, Stefani and Shelton took their relationship to the next level, announcing their engagement. On July 3, 2021, they tied the knot in an intimate ceremony at Shelton's ranch in Tishomingo, Oklahoma. Their relationship had come full circle, from meeting on the set of The Voice to walking down the aisle. But as with any public relationship, their love story hasn't been without its challenges. Gwen's emotional moment. What happened? The emotional moment that had fans in tears occurred during a recent appearance by Stefani on The Voice. The show, which had become a staple in Stefani's professional life, was also where she had met and formed a strong bond with Blake Shelton. While it wasn't an episode of The Voice that sparked the tears, it was the result of the couple's deep connection that had been built over years of working together, supporting one another, and navigating the ups and downs of their respective careers. In an emotional scene, Stefani was reflecting on the significant role Shelton played in her life and career. The two were speaking about how their relationship had been tested, both in terms of professional commitments and personal challenges, but had survived, grown stronger, and become more grounded. As Stefani discussed her connection with Shelton, she unexpectedly became overcome with emotion. It wasn't just about her love for Blake, but the acknowledgement of how much he had done for her, not only as a partner, but as a source of comfort and strength during difficult times. It's clear that their bond is built on deep trust, mutual respect, and shared vulnerability. I just think I'm the luckiest girl in the world to have met someone like him. And there are just days when you feel like, oh my gosh, how did I get so lucky? Stefani said through tears. He's just such a good person, and he made me feel like I could do anything. It was a raw, unfiltered moment that gave fans a glimpse into the heart of their relationship, a relationship that, despite all the glitz and glamour of the entertainment industry, is rooted in real human emotions and love. But why did Stefani's tears come in such a public setting? The pressure of public life. Gwen Stefani has always had an extremely high profile in the public eye. As a successful solo artist, fashion designer, and TV personality, she's no stranger to the pressures of being constantly scrutinized by both the media and fans. But what makes her relationship with Blake Shelton so unique is that it operates in the public sphere just as much as it does in private. While Stefani's emotional moment on The Voice seemed spontaneous, it may have been the result of years of pressure finally reaching its peak. Being in a high-profile relationship means facing constant public speculation, judgment, and expectations. As a couple, Blake and Gwen have had to navigate their personal lives under the watchful eye of the public. Despite their occasional social media posts and affectionate moments, the couple has often kept details of their private lives close to the chest. Their decision to get married was one of the most anticipated moments of 2021, and their wedding quickly became a media spectacle. From the details of their ceremony to the very outfits they wore, the world was eager for every little detail. For Stefani, her emotions during that time were likely not just about her love for Shelton, but the weight of what their relationship represented in a larger context, an example of perseverance and hope amidst the pressures of fame. Perhaps Stefani's tears in that emotional voice moment weren't just about love. They might also have been an acknowledgement of how much Blake Shelton has helped her weather the storms of public life. After all, it's not easy to maintain any kind of relationship in such a highly scrutinized environment, let alone a relationship that has become a symbol of resilience and genuine connection. Blake Shelton's influence on Gwen Stefani. Throughout their relationship, Blake Shelton has proven to be much more than just a partner. He's been a stabilizing force in Stefani's life. Known for his sense of humor and easygoing nature, Shelton provided a grounding counterpoint to Stefani's more intense personality. Stefani has often spoken about how Blake's support helped her during difficult times in her personal and professional life. For Stefani, Blake wasn't just a rock star or country music star. He was someone who genuinely cared for her. "I think the best thing about Blake is that he's so authentic," she said in interviews. "He's just the most real person I know. He makes me feel at ease, and I think that's something that I didn't realize I needed until I found it." Shelton's easygoing demeanor and willingness to support Stefani have likely helped her weather the more challenging moments of her career and life. Whether it was navigating the emotional fallout of her divorce from Gavin Rossdale or dealing with the challenges of blending families, both Blake and Gwen have children from previous relationships. Shelton's emotional availability and unwavering commitment have been a lifeline for Stefani. But it's not just about providing comfort. Shelton has also been a source of inspiration for Stefani, encouraging her to take risks in her career and push past her comfort zones. She's spoken about how Blake's confidence in her abilities helped her embrace the more experimental aspects of her music and creative endeavors. He's made her feel like she can take on the world, and that kind of encouragement is priceless, especially in an industry that is known for chewing up and spitting out even the most talented artists. The role of vulnerability in their relationship. One of the most poignant aspects of Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton's relationship is the vulnerability they share with each other and with their fans. While the couple has been candid about their love for one another, they've also been open about the struggles they've faced in their personal lives. For Stefani, vulnerability is not something that comes easily, especially given her public persona. However, over the years, she has allowed herself to be more emotionally open, particularly when it comes to her relationship with Blake. Stefani's tears on The Voice may have been an outward expression of the vulnerability she feels when she thinks about her life with Blake, her trust in him, her gratitude for his support, and the recognition that their love is not just about romantic chemistry, but also about deep emotional connection and mutual care. In a world where so many celebrity relationships are plagued by rumors, scandals, and drama, Stefani and Shelton's transparency has been a refreshing change. It's not about projecting an image of perfection, but about showing the real, raw moments that come with being in love, tears, laughter, and everything in between. A love that endures. Gwen Stefani's emotional moment on The Voice is a powerful reminder of the depth of her love for Blake Shelton and the profound impact their relationship has had on her life. It's not just about the glamour of their celebrity status or the spotlight that constantly shines on them, it's about the genuine emotional connection they share, one that has withstood the pressures of fame, personal tragedy, and the ups and downs of life. Stefani's tears reflect the gratitude she feels for Shelton and the realization that, through it all, they've managed to build a lasting partnership. Their story is one of resilience, vulnerability, and the power of love, a love that continues to inspire not only their fans but also each other. While we may never fully understand the private moments behind Stefani's tears, it's clear that Blake Shelton plays an irreplaceable role in her life. And for fans of the couple, there's no greater reassurance than knowing that their love story is as real and heartfelt as it appears.